Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It has been a minute. The last time I was here, I was talking about how I ended up in a road accident, how I overcame depression, what happened to me, why I ended up being silent. Yeah, but today I'm here to talk about something different. It's 2024, and I've decided to be consistent with my YouTube channel as well as to share with you thoughts concerning life issues. Don't forget, I'm a counseling psychologist. I do practice. I normally offer online services, that is online therapy as well as physical therapy. For now, you can get me at AR Mountain Mall for physical therapy or Juja Road Hospital at Ruiro Kiunguro for physical therapy. There is no walk-in. When you want to meet me, you can have my contact. I'm going to give my contact on the comment section or on the bio so that you can reach me there. Then you can have your session. Yeah. So 2024, how is the 2024 taking you? I hope you've made your resolution, and your resolution is serving you well. Mine was, should I say, okay, what I wanted to achieve by the end of 2024 is me here. I really wanted to work on my scar, and I did it. You see, it was a bit of hypertrophic scar. I had a scar revision surgery that went on very well. I think I'm going to put a video or to do a video to explain to you guys how it was. Yeah, and yeah, my backdrop. I moved out and I did something with my backdrop. I'm in a different location, so there's a lot of things that have changed. And this video, I want to talk about things you need to know before moving out. The reason I've chose this topic is, for one, I've seen on TikTok, social media, people are like, 2024, I need to move out. My parents are very toxic, and they are kind of trading my mental health with what they are giving me at their place. And I was like, well, this is something I should talk about. Being a psychologist and a therapist, I can look at it in different perspectives. And me living away from my family, it's something I feel like I have an experience, and I've been living alone for the last 4 years. Let me give you a short story how it started. I started living alone in 2018. What happened? I was in KU doing my Bachelor's of Arts in Counseling Psychology. So, what happens at school? We were told, since you're from fours, I mean, 4 years, okay, when you reach for that year to 4 year, 4 years and that years are not allowed to stay at school because they have already familiarized themselves with the environment. So they can obviously go outside and rent somewhere to stay. We give room to first year and second years. And that's what happened to me. And what happened? I told my mom what we were told at school, and she was like, "Find a place and you share costs with a friend." But for me, living with someone, it was kind of hectic. I can't imagine struggling, like, what are we cooking? What are we doing? Having that argument with someone. I'm kind of reserved and I love doing things alone. So I felt, no, that wouldn't be working for me. So, lucky enough, I used to work at CJ's by then. Like, I had some side hustles. I had a job. So I told my mom, it's okay, I'm going to share cost. Yeah, I lied, but in mind, I knew I will provide the half the price. So she would send me the 5,000, and I would top up the rest of the money, and that's how I ended up living alone. Back to my point, things that you need to know before living alone. From now experience, 4 years experience. First thing first, why do you want to live alone? I can put living alone in two different parts. The first category is You want to live alone because of school. School means like school has made you live alone. Like maybe where you live in your parents' place is far away from school, or you want just an hostel. Okay, school is the main reason why you want to live alone. The second reason is you want to live alone because of freedom and independence. Don't confuse the two because both have their own constraints. If you want to live alone because of school, well, it is a bachelor life. It's for survival for the fittest. Your parents are there to provide you for rent, food, any expenses for the sake of let my child get education. But if you want to live alone for the sake of independence, like I want to be a free person, I want to do my own stuff, I want to be posting, I want to, because of that peer pressure of wanting to live alone, that's a whole different story and a whole different scenario. And the reason why it's different from the other one is for one, when it comes to independence, I want to tell you, freedom is expensive. And why am I saying this? Um, my first point is if you want to live alone, have a source of income. Very important. Because how are you going to pay for your rent? How are you going to pay for your basic needs? How are you going to make your own hair? How are you going to have money for your own expenditure, medical bills? Because the moment you detach yourself from your parents' house, it means you are capable to do one, two, three. And if you want to live alone because you've seen other people doing so, you don't know where they're getting the money to sustain themselves. I have neighbors here, and I can assure you, don't look at someone living alone the whole day they are at home, and at the end of the month, they're living their own rent. I've had neighbors, and these are some of the stories. If you ask them, oh, what do you do? Well, some of them have genuine jobs. Others are work at night as prostitutes. Others are a shower. Others have husbands who sustain them or boyfriends. Others, maybe someone is a landlord child and you're comparing yourself. Others are being, in short, people have ways of providing for themselves. And if you're not among them, or even if you don't want to live alone because you have such means, if you're not a prostitute, if you don't have a job, if your parents won't provide for you, if it's not for your husband, if you're not hustling, so where are you going to get the finances from? And also, before moving out, you need to have at least a grace period of 3 months whereby you are able or you're capable to pay your rent for 3 months without struggling. Meaning, like, uh, before moving out, you have to have your rent and deposits, and then add at least 3 months of that rent that you can freely pay it without really straining, because life happens. You've seen, today you're employed, within the next 2 months you've been relocated to another place. Another scenario is today you're employed, the next 2 months you feel this job, no. So don't move out because also you have a certain kind of job that you've been given. Study your source of income if it is consistent, because the landlord won't be there to bargain with you. And not only, okay, let's say you've take how you're going to pay your rent. The other thing is rent comes with water bills, it comes with garbage bill, it comes with security bill, and also it comes with, have I mentioned electricity? You know, so so if you're paying your rent 10,000, add around 2,000 for the other two bills that are always there. Okay, then add for gas. You need gas. That's something that you need. You won't use firewood. You won't use charcoal. Then add expenses of your own basic needs. You need your own shopping for the month. Add expenses of your own needs like food. You need for your, if you are a lady, you need to maintain your hair. You need for your clothes, your clothing. You see? So independence, it's hectic if you don't have money. That's one thing. The second thing is also you moving out. What is your goal? Most of the time you normally see people, oh, I finally moved out. Guess what? We normally move out, or we normally move in an apartment or whatever room we are in, but an empty one. So my next point is, how are you going to grow? What are your goals? What are your priorities? So now it's up to you. You're going to start with a mattress. Before you buy a bed, before it comes for you to buy you those utensils that you're admiring in people's house, that sofa set, even a study table, even a TV, you have to sit down and budget your finances. Because some people move out like to pay bills. You can find yourself in a situation that, yes, you've moved out, you are in a small room, but you're not able to grow. So it's up to you also to budget your money. Yes, you're moving out in a one bedroom that costs like 13,000. Your salary is 20,000. How are you going to save so that you can grow? How are you going to buy that extra thing that you need in that house? So, and that's what I'm trying to say. The moment you admire someone else, it is a journey, and there is always a story behind that journey. So when you kind of say, "Oh, I want to move out because of my parents toxic, whatever, whatever," in some situation, yes, your parents can be toxic. In situation where they are really beating you or rape cases or whatever, so you're moving out for survival. But if you're moving out as an option, like it is optional, it's out of your own will. You need to be you need to have a plan. You know So I've told you concerning your goals and priorities, and you budgeting your expenses. That's another thing. Another thing is moving out also comes with its own mental health issues. Before moving out, you need to be mature or self-aware. What do I mean? I don't mean like mature in terms of age. You need to be 30 or whatever. No, I mean maturity in terms of discipline. Discipline means moving out comes with a lot of freedom and risk. So if this is you who has moved out and you're free to do anything. Like for me, I'm here, but I can choose to go out anytime and do whatever I want. But that freedom can cost me a lot. So you need to have that a sense of maturity in you, that you can be able to restrain yourself from doing some things. And this is where comes in, and peer pressure. What happens? People do move out and they forget that you're here because of, okay, you're here because of, you need to grow and you have an agenda, or you need to build a future. So they move out, uh, wanajiunga na friends, they form peers and go out there, start clubbing the whole time, spend the money the way they want. At the end of the day, they have nothing to eat, they're just surviving. As a result of that, I get client now who comes in with depression. What happened? I had this type of money, I spend this and this way, and I no longer have money, you know. So moving out also comes with debts. Because of lack of discipline, you end up in debts. You move out, you're employed, but how you're going to spend that money, very, it's unreasonable, in unreasonable manner. You go out there, you spend it how you want. You've forgotten you have bills to pay. You've forgotten you have budget to make. You've forgotten your goals. So you end up borrowing people money in the middle of the month. Not because you didn't have that money, but you lacked the discipline, you know. Another thing concerning moving out, it also comes with loneliness. If you don't know, loneliness, it is a disease to many people. If you are back at home, if you are at home and you used to stay with a society, your family member, but now you are moved out in a different location, what happens? You feel lonely. And loneliness can also make you be desperate. What I mean, you start engaging yourself in activities that they are no longer useful. So what needs okay, what you need to do is, before moving out, enjoy your own company. Be somebody who can be able to sustain themselves. Be somebody who can be able to enjoy their own company. Because outside here is very lonely. It's either you spend most of your time with friends, and there's no way you can be spending your time with friends. You're escaping our family, now coming to friends. And that's where people end up in toxic friendship, toxic relationship, because they are seeking for love, they are seeking for company. You get where now psychology comes in. And because you're seeking for something that you lacked at home, or you didn't find it at home, that's why that's when now you end up in a confusion whereby you don't know what is happening in your life. So before moving out, be have a sense of self-awareness, know what you love, know what you like. If you're moving out because you feel like your parents' house, you don't have a freedom of doing whatever you want, you feel like you don't, it's because of washing utensils, it's because you lack in privacy, let me tell you, the same attitude, it's what you're going to bring where you're living. What do I mean? Sorry. If you don't love washing utensils and yet you want to live alone, living alone, it's whereby you have to do the things that needs to be done even if you don't feel like doing them. Have you understood me? You have to cook even though you don't want to cook. You have to clean even though you don't feel like cleaning. Cause and that's where people end up in depressive environment. Somebody decided, oh well, I want to move out because I don't like the way my parents send me to wash clothes. I don't like because the way my parents want me to wash the utensils. What happens? You end up living alone. You can't wash your clothes. You can't clean your environment. You can't maintain your space. So what are you doing? If you can't spread your bed early in the morning, if you can't wash your own utensils, you need, if you want to move out, you you need to build yourself in a manner you can maintain your own space. Thank you for watching. Kindly subscribe, like, and share the video.